Okay, then. Good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Abhishek, Komal, Sai, Mek Manoj, Ashwin, Alok. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ganesh, Kautam, Anjali, Rishant, Prateek, Jayashri. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the day 3 of this JavaScript Essentials. So, yesterday we had a session, but we had to cancel it because of the power issues going on around in Mumbai and Navi Mumbai. So, sorry for that. Sorry for the inconvenience. But we are back today to continue that thing. And today is, as promised, the project session where we're going to make a really cool project from whatever we have learned. But in this project also, we are going to learn some new things like creating elements, how to work with arrays, what exactly is for each. So we are also going to see a lot of new stuff, plus the old things that we have learned like functions, event handling, image changing, attribute changing, all that stuff. So we're going to mix together all the things that we have learned, plus some new things, and we are going to make today's project. Now, if you remember last time, I had a poll, right? We had a poll of what project to make. So you guys voted for data filter project, the highest number of votes for the data filter project. So that's what we're going to make today. And if we get time, we'll also move ahead and create login. As I told you that if we get time, only if we complete data filter project faster by understanding everything, then we'll also make that login logic here. Okay. This is my first class, so I'm a bit confused. Yes, Anjali, it will happen because you have not watched the previous two classes. So after watching this class, you can just go ahead and watch the previous two classes where we covered up the basics of JavaScript, and we also saw how events and all that stuff works. Okay, so guys, are we excited for today's session? Everyone, are we excited for today's session, guys? Please tell me. Till that time, I'll go ahead and create a new folder for our project that will be shared to you at the end of the session. Okay, so let's call it what should we call it? Data filter. Yes, that's the name of the project. So data filter. Let's open this folder in VS Code quickly. So open folder, and here we go, data filter. Now then, we are ready. Let's go ahead and let's start, guys. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to create is a simple HTML page. Okay, now see, guys, till the last 2 days we have worked with internal JavaScript. Now let me explain you if you don't know what exactly is internal JavaScript. So we used to write HTML. Okay, and then till now we have written our JavaScript in here, right, at the end of the body. In here we used to write our JavaScript, but today our HTML code and our JavaScript code will become bigger. So writing them in the same file might make a little bit of complications in reading the code. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a separate file for JS, and we're going to connect our HTML file with that so that it still works perfectly fine. But my JS will be in separate file, my HTML will be in separate file. So that's the point. So today we are not going to write our JavaScript here. No. How to do that? How to create a separate file for JS? It's very simple. What you have to do is simply go ahead, create one more file, name it anything. So let me call it index only, but the extension will be .js. Okay, so name it anything, but the extension should be .js, as this is going to be a file that is completely dedicated for JS. But now you also have to link it with this HTML page so that whatever you write here can affect on this, can work with this. Because normally what we do, we write script tag here and we write all our JS here. So yeah, it is already in the HTML page, so it knows this is my HTML. I have to work with these elements. But right now, you're creating a separate page for JS so that all the things that you write here can work with all the HTML elements that you create here. You need to link both the pages. And for that, it's again very simple. At the end of the body only, again use a script tag. But now we're not going to write anything inside that. What we're going to do is we're going to use this script tag to link that JavaScript page. And for that, it's very simple. Just write the script tag and then an attribute called as src, that stands for source. And in there, you can simply give the path or the name of your JS page, and that's it. Done. Now, whatever you used to write here in between script, you can write here and it will work perfectly fine. Just to confirm that, let's do one thing. Let's run this HTML page. Let me just write data filter here. Confirm if this page is perfectly linked. Let's run this HTML page first. Right click, copy the path, go in your browser. So let me take a browser window from this. Yep, here we go. Okay, open the console because that's where we see most of our output, right? Open the console, and now let's go here and write a little console.log of I am working, something like that. Save it, save both the files, and just come here. And if I get the output, that means the page is successfully linked. And here we go. I'm getting the output. If I'm working, that means the page is successfully linked. No issues at all. That's it. Now we are ready to make our project. So guys, can we move ahead, everyone? Because project is not the only aim today. We need to learn a lot of new things as well. Okay. So let's go, guys. Let's go. But guys, if you want, you can also write your JavaScript here below, just like we used to do in the last two sessions. Script tag. It's just today our JavaScript code is going to get big, so I don't want to make it complicated. That's why a separate page. That's all. Okay. Let's go then. Let's go. Remove all this stuff. Now, we are going to create a data filter project. That means we are going to have a lot of data, some related to something. It can be product data, it can be Avengers data, it can be anything. We can take any data. So we are going to have some kind of data, first thing. Secondly, we need to display it in a good manner. So if we want, we can display it in a table format. If we want, we can display it in a card format. Doesn't matter in which format we display it. And then we're also going to create a search bar. And we're going to let user search whatever he wants. And depending on that, we will display data to him. That's what a data filter is going to be about. We'll have a bunch of data. We'll try to display it in a good manner using JavaScript, dynamically generate all the elements, and we're also going to let the user to perform search operations, and we're gonna dynamically generate the result and display it to him. Just like search works everywhere. That's what we're going to do. That means the first thing that we need is data. Second thing is we need to learn how to display that data because data will be available on JavaScript side. So we need to learn how to display that data onto HTML. So for that, we have to learn today how to dynamically generate HTML elements using JavaScript, a new thing to learn. And we're also going to store our data in arrays. So we are also going to learn how to loop through arrays and work with data. So a lot of things. Okay. Hello, sir. Is it double dot at the linking? No, it's a single dot. Single dot means it's in the current folder only. Now, in this case, you don't require it. It just, I prefer it. So it's a single dot, dot slash. Dot slash basically means in the current folder only. Okay, everyone. So I've zoomed it a little bit. Let's go then. So the first thing that we need to do is prepare the data. And to prepare the data, we're going to use an array. Okay, guys. So let's take Avengers data. Right? I hope everyone likes them. Let's take superheroes data, not Avengers. Let's take superhero data. Okay, so let's go. So for that, I'm going to create an array. Let me call it superheroes. As I said, it's going to be an array. So here we go. Square brackets, array. And inside that now, I'm going to create multiple objects. And a single object will be dedicated to a single superhero. It will contain all the properties of a single superhero like this. See, first object, let's say name, Superman. I'm guessing any dummy age, guys, so don't worry about age. Let me just take age 42, something like that. Okay. And let me also say like planet. So from which planet he is? He's from Krypton, something like that. If you don't want this data, we can use some other data like product data. But at the end, everything is data. So it's totally fine. Okay. Everyone cleared? We can also like just give this group. He belongs to Justice League, something like that. Right? Just like that, now we can create n number of superheroes. So this is the information of one superhero which is contained inside an object. So superheroes is an array. Inside that, I have an object of a single superhero, and I can create multiple objects like this. Cleared, everyone? So let's go. Let's create some more. So one more object in the same array. So let's say Thor, two of the strongest, and 1500, obviously. Asgard group is Avengers, right? And just like that, I can create 3 to 4 more superheroes. Let me quickly create it. So let me call it Star Lord, maybe 36, something like that. He is from planet Earth, and the group is Guardians of the Galaxy, something like that. Okay, and just like that, we can create a number of data. If we want for uniqueness, we can also give them some IDs, like ID 1, like roll number given to students, ID 2, second number, and ID 3. So we are just preparing a cool data. That's all. Let's take one more quickly. 4 is enough for now. So ID 4, name, let's pick Iron Man, age maybe 45, something like that, planet Earth, and then he also belongs to the group of Avengers. And that's it. So now we have a simple array of around 4 superheroes, and every superhero is nothing but an object. Okay, and I have all the details of them. ID, that is not important. It's just like giving a numeric number, a unique number to them. But yeah, we have name, age, planet, and group of that particular superhero. So this object belongs to Superman, this object belongs to Thor, this object belongs to Star Lord, this object belongs to Iron Man, and they are all inside an array called as superheroes. Now let me print them so that you can see them properly. So let's print that array. So console.log, print that whole array, superheroes, save it. Guys, please focus everyone and keep answering me proactively. See now, I have printed that. So I'm printing an array of size 4. That means there are 4 elements in it, and every element is an object. See that? So on the 0th index of that array, as we know that array starts from 0th index. So on the 0th index, we have the first superhero. On the first index, the second one. Second index, the third superhero. And on the third index, I have the fourth one. Okay, so 4 objects. Are we all cool with this, guys? Data is done. Now we need to display this data on the page in a good manner. So I have data in my JavaScript and I need to display it on the web page. And that's a really cool task, because now we're going to learn how to dynamically generate HTML elements using JavaScript. Is that cleared? Vedahi, can you please block this account? Someone is spamming in the chat. Can you please do that? Okay, guys, please answer me. All cool till now? We have generated our array and now we need to display all this data. Sir, please, screen is not clear. Are you sure? Because I'm also watching it on YouTube. Please, guys, can you confirm me once? Guys, can you confirm me once? Is the screen not clear? Everyone? Is there a delay in the chat? Or is there a delay in the video? I cannot confirm. Guys, can you please confirm me? Yes, I know somebody's panning. Now we have blocked. Ashish, that 4 means this array is containing 4 elements. So 4 elements, right? This object is the first element, then this is the second, this is the third, and then this is the fourth. So that 4 is nothing but the length of the array. That means how many elements that array contains. That's what that 4 means. Okay, so that's how array is displayed on the console. That's how console helps you. It displays everything in a good manner. So it's telling me that, okay, this array is containing 4 elements, and those 4 elements are 4 objects. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the length of the array, the size of the array, and you have these 4 objects. Is it cleared, everyone? Guys, all cool? Vaidehi, can we block this account? Okay, now I got the chat. Guys, I think I'm getting the chats late, or maybe it's because of the spam. I was unable to see it. Now I saw your chats.
Yes,
Okay, so I'm
sir,
so
done
sorry
with
if
that.
I. Okay, now I saw your chats. I'm so sorry, guys. I think it's because of the spam. Okay, cool. Now then, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to display this whole data, okay, on the HTML page. So how to do that? Now that's very, very important to understand. Okay. So let's go. What's happening with the alt tab? Okay, cool, no issues. Let's go in VS Code. Okay, now it's working fine. Now let's first of all go ahead and prepare some basic HTML for us. So let me just create a div, a simple div. Okay, let's prepare some basic HTML quickly. So I did exactly like you said, but nothing is displayed. Did you do this? Console.log superheroes. This is very important. Dave, did you do this? Okay. So you have to properly create an array and put all of this stuff. Right? This is what you have to do. Properly create an array, put all of this stuff, and then एक्सेस कैसे करना है बताऊंगा ना मैं, आप टेंशन मत लो, वही तो हम सीख रहे हैं अभी, वही तो करना है। पहले हम एक बेसिक एचटीएमएल रेडी करते हैं, फिर आपको बताता हूं इनको एक्सेस कैसे करें, इनको यूज कैसे करें, वो सब हम करेंगे। डोंट वरी, लेट्स गो स्टेप बाय स्टेप गाइस, आई एम गोना शो यू एवरीथिंग। ओके, बट फर्स्ट let's go ahead and let's quickly prepare some basic HTML. Yes, I can display the code once again. Here you go. I can show it to you. So it's an array. Superheroes is the name of the array, and then an array, and inside that first object, then comma second object, comma third one, and then the fourth one, and that's it. Close the array, and then I just printed it. That's it. That's all. Okay, don't worry guys, I'll tell you how to display it. Let's just prepare the basic HTML first. Okay, so let me just call it dev class data, something like that. Let me do a little styling. So for data, just a padding of 20 pixel from all around, something like that, and let me just give it a background color of light gray for now. Okay, here we go, we have it, and let me just close the console for a second guys. Okay, so we have this gray element, you can see that. Okay, now let's move ahead. Inside that, first I need an h1, to which I'm going to write super hero, something like that. This array of object or object of array, this is the array of objects. This is an array and it is containing a lot of objects, so that's why it's an array of objects. Yes, so it's an array of objects. Okay, here we go. Superheroes, let's change the font size quickly. Sorry, font size and font family both. So first of all, font family, I'm going to use Cjo UI, something like that. Here we go, and I can also change the font weight of this. Let's give this a class of title, and dot title, I want to give you a font weight of around 300. There we go, a good looking simple superhero's name. That's it, that's what I wanted. And now let's quickly create a table as well guys. So now guys, please, you have to focus. From now on, every point is very important. And just before 2 minutes I was unable to see your chats, now I can see it, so now it's perfectly fine. So just focus on everything now. So I'm going to create a table. I'm planning to display all my data in tabular format. Now you tell me guys, in which format do you want me to display it? In tabular format? I think tabular will be much more easier for us to understand. Then we can easily convert it into any format. Tables will be very easy for us to understand as of now. Okay, so first of all, let's do it in table format, then we'll convert it into card format if we get that much time. So a simple table. Inside that, first I want a t head, and then a row, and inside that I'm going to mention everything. So let's mention serial number, something like that. I hope everyone knows how to create a simple HTML table. So name, and we can have, what else do we have guys in the properties? Name, age, planet, group. So age, planet, and then group. So now we have displayed everything. Let's see. Here we go. A simple data. Now let's also style it. We need to style it in a good way. So let's go ahead. So for that, let's go here and let's put should we put it? Yep. Table. I want you to have a width of 80%. Here we go. I also want to align it in center, or maybe I can increase the padding from 50 pixel from top bottom and 100 pixel from left right, something like that. and let's give it 100 now. Okay, cool. We have something like this. And also I want to give it border, so we can give a border here, something like border 1 pixel solid gray, something like that. Here we go, a simple border. Now let's also give it a padding. TH, I want you to give a padding of around 10 pixel. Let's see how much it is. Yep, good enough padding, not bad. And I'm thinking of removing this color now, guys. Should I remove this gray color? I hope that will be understandable. Should I remove this color, everyone? And from top bottom, I want a little less padding, so I think 30 will be enough. Cool. So guys, I'm going to remove this gray color now. So let's just comment out that color. And here we go. And I want this border to be light gray, actually. Yeah, something like this. Yes, a very simple, clean border. And now let's go and let's create a T body and also put a dummy data in this case. So T body and TR and then TD. Now, guys, please, I want every one of you to focus. Okay, so one, I'm just creating a dummy data for now. So let's say Thor. And what do we have? Age, right? 1500. And what else do we have? Planet, Asgard. And then we're gonna have last one was what? Group, Avengers, something like that. Okay, let's also style this. We also need to style this TDs as well. Just go to TH and comma TD. I want both of them to have this padding. And I also want both of them to have borders as well. So border 1 pixel solid light gray. And I don't want this in between gaps between the borders. So for that, I'll go to table and I'll simply say border collapse, collapse. That gap will go away. Here we go. Now we have simple single bordered tables. Okay. Very simple, guys. Very simple, very clean. A simple table. That's it. Now, if you want, you can give them colors and all that stuff. I'm not doing that right now, but at the end, we can focus on designing a little bit more. Okay. But if you want, we can give a little bit of color. So let's just go. Let's go to this TH and give it a color. The color of white, and background color we can give yellow, green, something like that. You can also give blue if you want. So here we go. We can give something like this. A little different color also do, I think, in this case. We can try it. So not yellow, green. So we can try a little darker. Or we can also try bluish like this one. Yep, this is also good. Take this one. Okay. Yep. Good enough, guys. Simple, cool. All settled, right? And instead of light gray, you can also give a little more lighter border. That will make it look much more good. So a little more lighter border like this. Yep. Yep. I think this will do. Not exactly light gray, but yeah, little more lighter. So can't we make table with CSS? Making table with HTML is more time consuming. How can you make table with CSS? We're going to make table with JavaScript, not with CSS, right? But the basic structure we have to do, right? Green looks better. Okay, you can try that. Why not? Something like this, right? Cool. Let's take this one. Fine. Now you can change it afterwards. Final color for myself. Okay. So here we go. Green. Cool, guys. Very simple. And yeah, we can also text line to center. Why not? Obviously, you can just go ahead and do text align center. Okay. Now, guys, see. Now, right now, I'm only displaying one data, but I actually want to display this data here. Okay. Right now, I'm displaying only one data, but I actually want to display all these four data here. But how can I do that? How can I display all my four data in here? Now, guys, if you look at this HTML code, you tell me, is it correct if I say this, that for one object, I need one row? Guys, correct statement? For every object, I need a row. That means if I have 4 data, if I have 4 objects, I need 4 rows. If I have 10 objects, I need 10 rows. Correct? Guys, please tell me. That's the basic mindset. If I have 4 data, so I'll display Superman in one row, then Thor in the other row, then Star Lord in the other row. So for every object, I need one row. Okay, but my data is in JavaScript. Okay, so I need to now learn a way of how to dynamically generate a row like this using JavaScript. That's what we have to learn now, guys. Okay, so let's learn how to dynamically create elements using JavaScript, right? सर ये फर्स्ट लाइन कैसे हुई शो? ये तो मैंने किया ना, यहाँ पे ये तो मैंने बनाया खुद से, देखो ना आप यहाँ पे, ये मैंने खुद बनाया है जस्ट एक एग्जांपल के लिए, ये बस देखने के लिए बनाया गया है. अभी एक्चुअल में हमें ये डेटा दिखाना है. So we actually need to show this data. This was just to display it. That's all. One row, just to some dummy sample. That's all. Can't we pass the data in an array and pass that? That's what we're going to do. But there is a way to do that. We cannot directly tell HTML to use our JS data. No, that's not possible. That's what we're going to do. The thing that you're saying. Can't we pass that data in array and pass that? That's what we're going to do. But there is a way of doing it. So that's what we're going to learn now. Okay. So let's go, guys. Let's go, everyone. So now the first thing I'm going to tell you is how to access this whole thing. Okay, how to access data from here. So now let me again get back that console.log here. Okay, there we go. Now see, guys, this is what you have. So the first object is on the 0th index of the array. The next object is on the first index. The next object second. The next object third. That's how arrays are created. The first element is always on the 0th index. So if you want to access the first element, that means this first object, you have to mention superheroes of 0. It will give you the first element. Let's see. Okay. It gives you Superman. If I go ahead and do superheroes of 1, it will give me Thor. And just like that, if I do superheroes of 3, it gives me Iron Man. And now I don't have anything after that. So if I try 4, it should give me undefined. You don't have any index of 4. You only have 4 elements: 0, 1, 2, 3. You don't have anything called as 4. Understood, guys? That's how you basically access it. And since it is an object, after accessing it, if I want, I can access any property from this, like this. See, superheroes of 1 dot name, and I can see Thor. I can do superheroes of 0 dot name. In that case, I'll get Superman. Superheroes of 3, that means this last object, dot name. So I should get Iron Man. That's how you access it basically. But this is something that we don't need right now, because we need to dynamically generate elements, and this array can become much more larger in future. In future, I might add 10 superheroes more, 20 more superheroes, 30 more superheroes. Then what? And for that purpose today, we have to understand something called as a loop. We have to understand how to loop through an array. So a loop is nothing but something that executes a code again and again. So if you have some code that you want to execute multiple times, you can pass it in a loop. Okay, so in my array, I have similar kind of elements, and I want to create HTML for all of them again and again. So I'm going to be using a loop for that. Okay, and our JavaScript arrays have a lot of cool loops, and we're going to be using one of them. Okay, so let's learn that. Let's understand how it works, guys. Like, I'll give you the example. Think of it like this. If someone tells me print the name of all the superheroes, what do I have to do, guys? I have to do something like this: superheroes of 0 dot name, superheroes of 1 dot name, like this, superheroes of 2 dot name. Someone tells me to have to do something like this to print all the names. See, now I print all the names, but I wrote the code 4 times, and that code looks exactly similar. Almost every time it's similar. So to execute similar kind of code multiple times, rather than writing it continuously again and again, we can actually use a loop for that. Is that cleared? No, we are not going to use that inner HTML logic here. Why? Because inner HTML doesn't create pure HTML elements. We're going to use the JavaScript way of creating elements. So you'll see that. Okay. So now, guys, right now it's 4, so it's fine. But what if in future it is 10 elements, 20 elements, 1000 elements? Am I going to write this code 1000 times? No. So for that, guys, JavaScript gives you a lot of cool loops by which you can work with arrays in a much more better way. So I'm going to be talking about one loop today, that is something called as the for each loop. For each loop. So first of all, I can write my array name superheroes, and then dot has a for each loop function. Okay. Inside this also you pass a function, and in this function it has two parameters. First parameter is the object or the element, you can call it, and the second parameter is the index of the element. Now let me show you what are we getting here, guys. Now let me explain you this first. Please try to understand. It's very simple. Let's try to understand it. So superheroes is the name of my array. I say array dot for each function. That means for every element of that array, call this function. For every element of that array, call this function. So now what this for each will do is, it will go inside this array and it will go to every element one by one. So first it starts, for each starts, first it goes to this element. Fine. After going to this element, it calls this function. And inside this function, in this ELE, that particular element is available. And in the index of that element is available. Okay, for example, let me just do this. Let me create a simple array here. It is only containing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this. Instead of superheroes, let me use this. No, I'm not trying to use a normal loop here. I'm not trying to use, because it will make the element generation will become complicated there. Okay, so for easiness, let's understand this. Then element generation will become much more easier. So guys, now focus. See. So array, which is this, which is having around 5 elements, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I say array dot for each. That means go to every element, and for every element call this function, and on whatever element my for each loop is, that element will be available in this variable, and the index of that element will be available in this variable, and I can use it inside. Then it will move ahead, go to the next element, and that will be available here. Then move ahead, go to the next element, it will go to 4. Then move ahead and go to the next element, it will go to 5. Then it will go to 6, and then end. So this for each function, this for each loop will go to every element one by one. Okay, and that element on whatever the for each loop is will be available here. And the index of that element, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, will be available in this variable. Understandable now, guys? Let me show you the output. See, now with this ELE I'm printing, it will print all my numbers. See that. See, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It prints everything. Let me just change the numbers to 23, 31, 46, 57, 68. You will see that it's going through all your elements. See that? That's the whole job of this for each. Go to every element of the array one by one, and that element will be available in this variable, and the index of that element, that is 0, will be available in this variable, and you can use it inside. That's it. What is the difference between for and for each? Both are exactly same. Both are looping functions only. But in for each, a lot of things are already done for you. In for loop, you have to take care of increment, decrement, initializing a variable, writing the condition, right? Satyajit, sorry, Ishika. So if you write a for loop, you have to take care of your variable initialization, your condition, when to end it, your increment decrement statement. In for each, no initialization, no condition, no increment decrement statement. It knows that I have to start from 0 and I have to go till end. Sir, ELE में आपका element होगा. So understand, guys. For each starts, okay. First it goes to this element 23. Now that 23 will be available in ELE, and the index of 23, that is 0, will be available in index. Okay. Then it will go to 31, and at that time 31 will be available in ELE, and index of 31, that is 1, will be available on index. The next it will go to 46, that will be available in ELE. Then it will go to 75, that will be available in ELE, and then 68. And I'm printing ELE every time, so it will be printed all the elements. Yes, Purushottam, here that function is callback function. Okay, but we have, like, see, We have only 3 days, so we cannot learn everything. That's why I'm just trying to make you guys understand the most important things for our project. Is it cleared, guys? Everyone sorted? Exactly, Tanuj. Guys, for each is very simple. Just focus on it once. It's very simple. You don't have to get confused here. So array dot for each. That means for this array, for every element, go to all the elements one by one, and this function will be called for every element, and that element will be available in this variable, and the index of that element, that is 0 1 whatever it is, will be available here. That's it. So can we use map method? Yes, you can also use map, but right now we don't need map. Map also works exactly similar, but map returns. We don't want to return anything. That's why we are using for each. Okay. Now, instead of going to this array, what if I go to superheroes? Guys, now you tell me what will be available in ELE. Everyone, what will be available in ELE? ELE. The whole element, right? First this element, then this element, then this element, and then this element, right? Let me print the index here as well. You'll see it's just 0 1 2 3. That's all, nothing else. See that, guys? So your object and the index of 0, your object and the index 1, your object and the index 2, your object and the index 3. That's it. That's all. It's just printing your index. That's it, guys. 0 1 2 3. Simple. Okay. So guys, understood? So now the for each is running for this array, and I have 4 elements. Those are objects. Now they are not numbers, those are objects. So first it goes to this element, and this element will be available in ELE, then this will be available, then this will be available, and then finally this will be available. Okay. And one more thing, guys, it's up to you whatever you want to name it. You can call it ELE, you can call it E, you can call it SUP, whatever you want. It's just the first argument will be your data. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, you can also call it I, doesn't matter. So it's up to you whatever you name them. It doesn't matter. Just name them properly. That's it. I named it ELE, called as element, but see, it's the same thing. Okay. Sorry, I didn't change it. Here we go. Same thing. How many loops? There are multiple loops. First, there are all the basic loops like for, do, while. Then after that, we have for each, we have map, we have filter, we have, but all of them have different uses. That's very important. All of them have different uses. Okay, so this is what for each is. Today, we're going to also talk about one more array function. So this was the first array function, for each, which is doing nothing but looping through the array one by one and making that element available as the first argument of that function, and the index of that element as the second argument, and you can use it. Cleared, guys? Everyone, please tell me, are we cleared with this? Can we move ahead now, guys? Now see, inside this SUP, or let me call it super, something like that. Inside this super now, okay, you cannot use super, it's an inbuilt keyword in JavaScript. So let's call it superhero. That will be a better name, right? Superhero. So now inside this superhero, I have all the objects available. So now I can access it like this: superhero.name. And see, I can print all the names. That means now, even if my array becomes 1,000 in size, if it has thousands of elements, it doesn't matter to me. A single for each can handle everything. Cleared, everyone? Even if my array has 1,000 superheroes now, it doesn't matter. This code will still remain same. Okay, everyone? सर ऐड कराओ इसको HTML, हम करने वाले वही करेंगे, बट अभी स्टेप बाय स्टेप. पहले फॉर ईच समझ लिया हमने, अब हमने देख लिया कि भाई हम एलिमेंट्स को कैसे प्रिंट करते हैं. अब हम धीरे धीरे एलिमेंट्स जनरेट करेंगे. Okay, so now guys, let's move ahead. Okay, now we know that for every element, that for every object that I have 4 objects in here, and for every object I need to generate a row, right? For every object I need to generate a row, and that task I'm going to be doing here. So let's go and let's do it. Now guys, for every element you need this thing, right? For every element you need this thing, a tr. So that means tr is the first thing that you need. So let's go and let's see how to create a tr element using JavaScript. And it's very simple. You have to do it like this. See, create a variable, call it anything, call it row or call it tr, doesn't matter. And you have to call document dot create element tr. Create element is a function which helps you to create the elements. Now guys, you have created a tr element, a real tr element, but by using JavaScript. Is it clear, guys? So let me show you it separately first. Let me show you this separately. Let's go here. Okay, and let's remove this row. Let's try to generate this exact same thing using JavaScript. Everyone, please focus now. I have commented this, and let's try to generate this row using JavaScript. Okay, let's do that. The first thing, let tr equals document dot create element tr. Now you have generated the tr. So that means you have generated this element. Now inside that you need 5 TDs. Inside that you need 5 TDs. So first let's generate the first TD. You can name it anything. Let TD, or you can call it number TD because you're going to store number in that, equals document dot create element TD. Okay. You can create a TD like this. Simple. Okay. Now it has generated a TD element for you. And now after that, inside this TD, I want to put some content like 1, 2, something like that. Focus, guys. I'm not doing that data stuff. Right now I'm just generating elements. That's it. I'm just generating elements as of now. Okay. So I have generated a TD and I've stored it in this variable called number TD. Now inside that TD, I want to put 1. Let's try to do it. For that, number TD dot append 1. That's it. Now let's say I want to put this TD inside this TR. So tr dot append number TD. Now if you look all of this at once, you'll understand what's going on. And now let's go ahead, remove this, and let's try to put this tr, this row that we have generated inside this t body. So for that, give this t body a id. Let's give it an id of data. And now let's do it. Document dot get element by id data dot append this particular tr. That means put it inside that tr. That's it. Put it inside that tr. So now guys, see, I know this code looks very heavy, but if you read it, first we generate, like, now see what's actually happening. This first line of code will do this. See guys, please understand. First line of code will do this. It will create a tr like this. And the next line will create a td like this. Okay, let me just comment this out so that it's more understandable. Okay, then the next line will generate a td. That's just a variable, guys. See, this number td and all, it's just a name of the variable in which I'm storing my element. That's it. It is just a name of a variable so that I can use it multiple times. That's all. It is just a name of the variable. Please focus, everyone. Please focus. So first I generate tr, that generates this for me. Okay, a simple tr. And then I generate a td that will generate this td for me. Okay, and then I say, and I store that td in the variable called number td. Now I say number td dot append 1. That means it will go ahead and put 1 inside that. Append means just add something inside that. Adding something in that element is what is append. So 1 will go inside this td. Come on, what's happening? Inside this td. Okay, and then I say append number td in tr. That means take this td that you have generated and put it inside tr like this. It will generate something like this at the end. And then I say append the tr that you have generated in my t body. So this new tr that we have generated will be put inside here. That is what's happening. That is what's happening here. Understandable, guys? let me show you one thing clearly before moving on to this. Let me just print this for you, console.log tr, and see what's getting made here. See that? A tr with a td. Yes, that's the basic programming concept, right? Name of a variable can be anything, right? That's a basic programming logic, that name of a variable can be anything. And see guys, what we have generated, can you see that? This tr is having a td inside it, which is having a 1 inside it. So this is what this code has generated. So first we create an element called tr, that is this element. We store it in a variable so that you can use it afterwards. We store things in variables so that we can use them afterwards, guys. And then I generate a td and I also store it in a variable. So I generate this td element and I also store it in a variable. And then I say td, I want you to have 1. So here we go. It is having 1. And then I'm telling my td, okay, fine, I want you to go inside the tr. So tr.append td. And that's what we have. A tr which is having a td which is having a 1. Understood, guys? So it's actually simple. You just have to read the lines properly. It's not even any logic. It's just creating things, appending things, creating things, appending things. It's just like you're writing HTML but using JavaScript. You're writing HTML but using JavaScript. Okay, everyone? Guys, again, think. If I tell you to create a row, what will you do? If I tell you to create a row, what will you do? You will first create a tr, correct? Everyone, you will first create a tr, right? That's what we have done. We have created a tr. And then inside that, what will you create? Inside that, you will create a td. That's what we have done. We'll create a td. And then inside that td, you want to write 1. So I say number td dot append 1. So here we go, 1. And then I say put that td inside the tr. So here we go, that td is put it inside the tr. That's it. That's all. Is it cleared? And guys, don't worry about my variable names. You can name it anything. I called it number td because I'm storing a number in that. That's all. I can name it anything. I can call it td1, td2, whatever you want to call it, you can call it. Okay, so I can call it, let's say call it td1. Okay, so that there is no confusion. It's just a variable. You can call it anything. That's it. Everyone cleared? Now, I could have done that inner HTML thing, but I didn't do it because that's not a good practice. This is the good practice. Okay? Should we move ahead now, everyone? So let's try to generate the whole row. Let's try to generate the whole row, guys. Let's try to generate the whole row. Okay? So td1, inside that I put 1. Now let's say let's create a td number 2. Let's create the td number 2. So let td2, and inside that, first of all, create the element. Document dot create element td. Inside that, I want to put a text Thor like this. And I also want that td to be go inside tr. So for that, again, tr dot append is td as well, td2. So td1, td2, both you'll have it like that. That's it. So see guys, what you're doing, you create a tr, you create one td, you create second td. Inside that you put content, 1 and Thor, and then you append both the tds to the tr. So now if you see your tr, you will have two tds. One td which is having 1, one td which is having Thor, like that. And just like that, you can generate all the elements now. So you need 5 tds, right? Let's generate 5 tds. So let td3 equals document dot create element, again 1 td. Now just focus on this, guys. Just focus on this. What you had here, you had this, right? That's what we are doing. We are just generating the exact same thing. I need 1 td in which I'm going to put 1500. Let's do it. So I created 1 td and I have to put 1500 in there. So td3 dot append 1500. Now I also want this td3 to go inside my row, right? So let's go. Tr dot append td3. You should actually do it in sequence like this. Excuse, what is tr and td? Tr and td are basic table tags which create rows and cells, right, Dominic? And see, guys, for this you need understanding of HTML. Without that, it will become very confusing. Okay. Finally, let td4 equals document dot create element td. Okay, and then in that td, so td4 dot append whatever you want. So let's say I wanted planet, right? There is a planet there. So let's say Asgard, something like that, and append that in the row as well. So I also want to put this td in my row. So tr dot append td4, something like that. And finally, let's get the td number 5. So let td5. Don't worry, in the start it is always complicated, but once you understand it perfectly and practice it a little bit, it's not at all tough, because that's how you should create elements in JavaScript. That's the perfect way of creating the elements. td5 dot, I also want some text in there. Let me just put, what was that? Group, right? Avengers. And finally, put this td in that tr as well. So tr dot append td number 5. Now let's see. So you guys see what we're doing? We generate a tr. We generate one td in which I put content as 1. The second td I put content as Thor. The third td 1500, fourth td Asgard, fifth td Avengers, and then I put all that td inside the tr and finally printing the tr. And let's see. See that, guys? Everyone. This is what we wanted, right? A row, a tr in which I have 5 tds with all the proper values. Now, if you look at this, it is looking exactly similar to this, right? So, guys, we have generated HTML, pure proper HTML, but by using JavaScript. Is it clear, guys? Everyone done, sorted now? Much more clear than before. That means now we don't need this. Now we just need put this tr in here inside this t body, and for that I'm giving this t body a id of data, and I just go here and write document dot get element by id data. That means that t body element dot append this tr. So I want this tr that I've generated to be appended inside that t body in here. I want that to be here. Let's see if it is coming here. Save it. Save it. See that, guys? The row that we generated is coming here. See, if I hover on it, it's perfectly fine. And yes, if you want to put image now, you just need to generate an image tag. So whatever you want to do, you just have to generate that proper tag. That's it. Understood, guys? Everyone? Now it will become easier. Now we are done with the tough concepts, the new concepts. Now it's going to become very, very easy. Okay? So we generate a row. That's what we're going to talk about now. So now, guys, see. You tell me now that how many times this is happening, guys? How many times this is happening, everyone? One time? This whole thing is happening one time, right? But what if this is my for each loop, okay, which is executing around 4 times because I have 4 data. So what if I take this whole code and put it in my for each loop like this? Now what will happen? It might generate 4 rows, right, guys? Because this for each loop will run for every element one time, right? So for the first element it will run, for the next element, for the next element, for the next element. That for each loop will execute 4 times, and I'm putting this code, so this code should run 4 times. Let's see. Here we go. See that? It's generating my row 4 times. Let me just remove this for a second. See that? Right now it's all same data, but that's fine. We have generated 4 rows and all of them are going here. So if I just put this code inside a loop, this code is getting executed 4 times and I am generating 4 rows. And now I just have to replace this content with proper detail. And that detail is available in the superhero, right, everyone? Guys, if you see, in my superhero, I have everything, right? Superman, Thor, Star-Lord, Iron Man. So if I'm able to just integrate this superhero data in place of where I've written Thor, 1500, all that, that's done. So now what I can do is I can just remove this Thor and I can put superhero dot name, and every time it will be a new superhero. First time it will be Superman, next time it will be Thor, next time it will be Star Lord, next time it will be Iron Man. Just like that, instead of 1500, I can just put superhero dot age. So one time it will be 42, 1500, all the ages of different superheroes. And instead of Asgard, I can write superhero dot planet, and in here I can write superhero dot group, and that's it. That's it. See, इससे बढ़िया फॉर लूप यूज करेंगे. अगर आप फॉर लूप भी यूज करोगे तो भी तो आपको ये काम तो करना ही पड़ेगा ना, है ना? रिपीट कहां? रिपीट तो अभी आप रिपीट से तो आप अभी बच गए. अंकित, आप शायद कंफ्यूज्ड हो. आप अगर फॉर लूप भी यूज करोगे तो ये काम तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा ना. आप रिपीट से कैसे बच जाओगे? क्या रिपीट कर रहे हैं हम? ये सब तो अलग अलग टीडीज है, ये थोड़ी रिपीट हो रहे हैं. ये सब तो अलग अलग टीडीज है ना, जिसमें आपको अलग अलग डेटा डालना है. आप फॉर लूप खाली इस फॉर की जगह यूज करोगे ना, है कि नहीं? आप फॉर लूप जो है इस फॉर की जगह यूज करोगे. अगर फॉर ईच नहीं तो फॉर लूप, बट ये तो आपका काम सिमिलर रहेगा, है कि नहीं अंकित? आप समझ रहे हो? आप इस चीज को मत कर, ये चीज तो हमको ऐसे ही बनानी पड़ेगी क्योंकि ये सब अलग अलग टीडीज है. ये सारे अलग अलग टीडीज सबकी अलग अलग वैल्यूज है. आप खाली इस फॉर ईच के बदले फॉर लूप यूज करोगे, अंदर तो उसके यही होने वाला है. और जब आप फॉर लूप यूज करोगे तो आपको एक वेरिएबल भी इनिशियलाइज करना पड़ेगा, आपको एक कंडीशन भी डालनी पड़ेगी, आपको खुद के इंक्रीमेंट का भी ध्यान देना पड़ेगा, प्लस आपको यहाँ पे फिर ये सब भी ऐड करना पड़ेगा, सुपर हीरो ऑफ जीरो और आई, ऐसा सब कुछ. तो ये और कॉम्प्लिकेट हो जाएगा. समझ रहे हो अंकित? तो ऐसा है केस. फॉर फॉर आप इसके बदले यूज करोगे, फॉर ईच के बदले. ओके, cool guys everyone. So now superheroes.forEach, I'm going to each and every element one by one. That element is available in this variable, and for every element I'm generating this whole row and column collection, and I'm putting it here. And now you can see at the end I simply have a table with all my data. And at the end what I want is, here I have 1111. I don't want this 1111. I want that 1 2 3 4 stuff. That's fine because we have available index here, right? But the only problem is, guys, index start from 0. If I put that index here, I will have this 0 1 2 3. Guys, what can I do? I can just put I plus 1. So if index is 0, plus 1 is 1. If index is 1, then display 2. And that's it. See now 1 2 3 4. That's it. That's how it's going to go. सर HTML पे स्ट्रक्चर बना के भी कर सकते हैं. आप HTML पे कैसे डायरेक्टली डालोगे डेटा? वही तो प्रॉब्लम है. आप ये डेटा HTML पे नहीं डाल सकते ना. सेकंड चीज, आप यहाँ पे HTML स्ट्रक्चर बना सकते हो, बट फिर आपको इनर HTML यूज करना पड़ेगा, जो एक्चुअली प्रॉपर वे नहीं है एलिमेंट्स जनरेट करने का. छोटी छोटी चीजें करना, जैसे आपको अगर H1 जनरेट करना हो या फिर आपको एक सिंपल सा कोई एलिमेंट जनरेट करके दिखना हो तो ये इनर HTML ठीक है. बट जब आपको ऐसे पूरा एक रो कॉलम जनरेट करना हो तो इनर HTML इज नॉट अ गुड ऑप्शन, बिकॉज वो आपको प्योर एलिमेंट्स नहीं जनरेट करता. डिस्प्ले वाइज ठीक है, बट जब आपको इवेंट्स ऐड करना हो, क्लासेस ऐड करना हो, तब इनर HTML आपका पूरा गड़बड़ कर देगा. वो सब आप नहीं कर पाओगे. ये सब रियल एलिमेंट्स है, ये प्रॉपर HTML एलिमेंट्स है. इन पे आप इवेंट भी ऐड कर सकते हो, क्लासेस भी ऐड कर सकते हो, आप सब कुछ कर सकते हैं इसके ऊपर. ओके, cool guys, that's it. All settled, all fine. Now what I want is, I don't want it to write like this. I want to functionalize it. I want to functionalize it. So let's go ahead, guys, and let's create a function. Actually, function, and let's call it create rows. Let's call this function as create rows. And I'm telling this function that, okay, I will give you an array and you display that array for me. You generate all the rows for that. That's fine then. We just have to copy this whole for each and we just have to put it inside this function like this. And what I'm saying is my function will receive an array. I can give it whatever array I want. So let's say I tell it, okay, you're going to receive a superhero array, or let's call it soups, something like that. So you have to work on that array. Don't work on my superhero array directly. I will give you an array. You work on that. So fine then. Okay, it's okay. I write soups here. Okay. And then I can go here and call my function, create rows, and I can pass my superhero arrays. That's it. Now we are making it much more, what do you say, reusable, because we're going to use this function multiple times now. So now what I call my create rows function and I pass my superheroes array in that, the whole array. Now that function will take that array in this soups variable and then loop through it and generate everything for me. And the output will still be same. See that. The output will still be similar. Nothing has changed. It's just now we have functionalized it. So now you just call create rows function, pass your array, and I'll use your array to generate all the rows. That's it. So I call it here and it's happening. Perfectly fine. All set, all cleared. Okay, everyone. Now, do you want me to do that stuff? Someone is asking like a form and click on submit and that data should be added here. Do you want me to do that, everyone? Guys? It will be good for me if you could speak 80% Hindi. I'll try, Faisal. I'll try, buddy. Don't worry. I'll try it. Everyone. So now tell me, I have two options. Do you want to see how to create a search filter, or do you want me to do that stuff where I can expect data from users, like all the data? You write the name, the age, the planet, the group, and I'll generate a new row for that. What do you guys want? I can only do one thing. We have that much time only. So what do you guys want me to do? Create a search or create a form where you can put all the data and submit, and I can generate a new row for that. Guys, create data or search? Write down in the chat. Create data or search? What do you want me to do? Create data or search? So Nilesh is giving me the option that insert table data. Should we do a insertion? Let's go then. Then we won't be doing the filter logic. Search filter. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's first do search filter. Then let's see if we have time. We'll also do create data. Okay. Let's do both. Let's do both. Okay, I understand. Let's do both. Let's quickly create search first. Guys, let's go. Now everything is easy. Very, very easy. So let's go. So on top here, okay, I'll create only one search. Based on that logic, you can create multiple searches. Okay, I'll create one search here. So let's go. After this H1, I'm going to be having an input, type text, placeholder, enter superhero name, okay, and ID name. Now guys, please focus. First, I'm doing both. Don't worry. Let's style this field quickly. Class search. कोड दिखा दो JS फाइल का ऊपर से एक बार. ये देख लो पूरा. पहले हमारा array है, फिर हमारा फंक्शन है, इसका नाम है create rows, जिसमें हम एक array पास करते हैं, वो सब कुछ डिस्प्ले करता है, और फाइनली हमने अपना create rows कॉल किया है, जिसमें अपने अपना array दे दिया कि भाई सुपर हीरोज array को प्लीज डिस्प्ले करा दो. तो जो हमारा create rows फंक्शन है, उसको हम बेसिकली अपना array देते हैं, ये लो मेरा सुपर हीरोज array, और प्लीज इसके लिए सारे रोज जनरेट कर दो. That's it. Okay. Now guys, let's go quickly and let's style our search bar. Dot search with 100%, height of 40 pixel, font size of 20 pixel, extended of 20 pixel. Too big actually. I think I've zoomed it that much. That's fine. 30 pixel, let's say. Okay. margin of 10 pixel. Not from all around, only from top and bottom. Which is fine. In 20, actually this is this size. Font size 18 pixel is enough. Okay. Yep, this much is fine, and I can give okay everyone. Are we clear with this? So I did not understand the create row function. Like, why did I create that function? See, whatever code I had that was doing my thing, right? Having the array, then array dot for each, and displaying all this tr. What I just did is I said, okay, fine. I'm going to put all that inside a function. Okay. And instead of directly giving the array to my for each, I'll give my array through the parameter. So I create a variable here in the parameter called as soups. So what is happening here is I call the create rows function and I pass my array superheroes, which is this array in the function. This array comes in this variable called as soups. So now this soups is having that array, and then I just do this for each. So I'm doing the exact same thing but via a function. That's it. I'm doing the exact same thing but through a function. That's all. Nothing else. Initially I directly did this. Okay, array dot for each. Now no, I create a function. Okay, and I tell that function I'll give you array in this variable, and then you use that array to display this. And I just say create rows and I pass any array that I want. In future I want to use this function multiple times. That's why I have created this function. That's the only reason. Text indent is this gap. See this? So the space between the border and the text. If I don't give it, see what's happening. So my text will be at the start of the border. See that, everyone? So that's what text indent is. See this? So that's what text indent is going to do. Simple. Zoom it out. Yep, here we go. Why today 18 pixel is looking too big? Okay. So now guys, what I want is I'm going to put my superhero name here, and depending on that, the search will start happening. Okay, everyone? So let's do it. But first of all, let's do this, that when the user starts writing it, I want to read that value. Okay, so let's do it. And let me also remove this console.log. Okay. So now first thing is I'm going to add an event on this input field. So let's do that, guys. And the event will be on key up. And the function, let's get a function. Function, let's call it search name, something like that. For now, let's just do console. Yesterday we learned events, right? Last lecture. Console.log. Let's write something. That's it. Okay. Now let's copy this function from here and let's pass it here. So on key up, search name should be called. That's what I'm asking. That means whenever I go here and start typing, see that, everyone? That function is called and something is getting printed. Guys, can you see that, everyone? Whenever I write something, this function is called search name, and it is simply printing this. Autocomplete when user starts writing in the search box. That will take a lot of time, Alok. Okay. So first let's complete this, then let's see if we can do that. Okay. Now guys, what I want is, I don't want to print something. What I want is, I want whatever I write here, I want that value. I want this data to be available in this function. So how can I do it? Very simple. Again, I can use parameter. So I can say name. I can call this name. And while typing, from here, I can simply pass this dot value. Here, this dot value means, now VS Code is looking very small. Let me just divide it in 2 lines. Yep. Here, this dot value means this current input field's value. So now whenever I start typing, I'm going to call search name, And every time I start typing and call search name, this dot value, that means current field's value, will go as an argument, which will be available in this name parameter. And if I want, I can print it here, or I can use it. Now let's see. See that, everyone? Undefined. Something is going on. Let's see what's happening. Have I made a mistake here? Okay, and yeah, let's not call it name. Let's call it super search name. Let's call it search name. Maybe that's the problem. Functionism is also same. So let's call it s name. Okay. Let's see it now. And see that, guys? Now, whatever I'm writing, I get it here on the spot. See? So that's how we have created this functionality. See that? Whatever I write, I get access to that thing on the spot. So how is that happening, guys? I have created an event on key up. On key up, call this function, and every time pass this dot value. This dot value means current field's value. This dot value means this input field's value. That means whatever the user is typing, pass that as an argument to this function, and that will be available in this variable in the parameter, and I can simply print it, or I can use it for anything now. Cleared, guys? So now I have the access of the input field's value whenever I start typing in that, and that's what I wanted. And now I can write my search operation here. Is it cleared, everyone? Guys, please tell me. All set? So see, on key up is an event which is called whenever you press a key like this. Okay, whenever you press a key and leave it, it's called. And what am I doing? Whenever I key up on this input field, see that on key up, I call this search name function, which is this one. It's having a parameter, so I have to pass a value for that. So I pass this dot value, that is current field's value, the current input field's value. Okay, see guys, for this again you need some basics of programming. That's fine, you can still understand it. So in this case, this dot value means current field's value, current input field's value. Value means whatever you're typing inside that, that's what a value is considered. I'm passing that value as an argument, which will go in this variable, and I'm now printing it on the console. So here we go, we get it here. So whatever I type, I'm getting that. Cleared, guys? Can we use any other method of instead of key up? If you want key up, then you have to use key up only, right? If you use on click, then you have to perform a mouse click. Getting Achu? Like, I need on key up here. That's why we need to use on key up. If I use any other method like on click or on double click, then the user have to perform mouse click, right? That's why using on key up. You can also use on key press, but normally these searches are made on key up, not on key press. Okay, everyone, cleared? So now we have the access to the value, and now I need to perform search based on this value. I need to perform the search in this array based on this value, and it's very, 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 very simple. Now the whole thing will come at one place. See how? So now let me first explain you filter, otherwise you'll again get confused. Now focus, guys. Focus, focus, focus. Everyone, please focus. Let me create an array here. Let data equals 23, 45, 67, 89, 90, and again 45. Okay. Yes, Francis, you also have a key down. So key up means when you press a key and leave it. That's key up. Then you have a key press when you press a key and keep it pressed. So key press, key up. Or key down basically means when you press a key and keep it down. So key down when you click, when you press it, and key up when you leave it. Right? It's like mouse up and mouse down. When you click the mouse and keep it clicked, that is mouse down. When you leave the click, it's mouse up. Is it clear, Francis? You have all the events. If you want, you can always check it out here. See this? See on key down, on key press, all the things. So everything is available. No need to worry about that. Okay. Now, guys, I'm trying to explain you a few things. So please focus now. A little logical thing about arrays. One more really good thing available in JavaScript. So I have an array called as data. See that, everyone? Which is having around 6 values. Now, I have a really cool function in JavaScript called as filter. So I can do array name dot filter. Array name dot filter, and then again same thing. Here also you have a function. Same like for each. It will also go through all the elements one by one. And that element will be available here, and the index will be available as a second. You can also call it I. And now you can mention return if ELE matches 45. So what it does is it gives you a new array with all the matches it founds. It gives you a new array with all the matching elements. So what you did is array.filter, and then you pass a function inside it. It just works exactly like for each. It also goes through all the elements, and for every element it checks if that element is matching 45. If it is matching 45, return it. If it is not, leave it. So guys, how many times it will return? First 23. Fine. Check if 23 is equal to 45. No, leave it. Is 45 equal to 45? Yes, return it. Is 67 equal to 45? No. Is 89? No. 90? No. Again, if 45 is equal to 45, yes, return it. And that's why I have a new array with 2 matched found elements. Understood, guys? So this filter function of an array can be used to filter data from an array based on a condition. This ELE is just a name that I'm giving, Francisco. You can name it anything. Okay, this ELE basically means the current element that your filter is on. Either first time it will be 23, then 45, then 67, then 89. You can name it anything. ELE, E, num. It's just a variable. It's just a variable where all your data is stored one by one. Is it cleared, guys? Everyone? So data, that is your array of 6 elements, dot filter. Now go to every element one by one and call this function for it. So now what will happen? First it will go to 23. That 23 will be available in this ELE variable, just like for each. And then you're checking return that element if ELE, that means 23, matches 45. No, it doesn't match. So leave it. Go to the next element, 45. Now if that 45 is matching 45, yes, return it. No, it will not match, Alok. 45 is not equal to 45, 45, 45. Because your 45, 45, 45 is actually, I think, 454,545. Right? So 45 can never match 454,445. Right? So no, it will not match. It's a numeric match. And in JavaScript, instead of double equal to, guys, we use triple equal to. Okay, you can also use double equal to, but in JavaScript, just like in all the other languages, we use double equal to. In JS, we use triple equal to. Okay, can we use regular expression in filter? Yes, Abdullah, you can definitely use it. At the end, it just needs true or false. That's all. Is it clear? So now, guys, I am going to apply this filter for our name on my superheroes array. That's why I explained you filter. So let's do it, guys. So now see what I'm going to do. Let's call it filtered array equals superheroes dot filter, again function. Let's call it superhero comma index. See, here I called it ELE. Here I'm calling it superhero. It's up to me. Whatever name I want to give, I can give it. And return if superhero dot name. And also, guys, I'm converting it to uppercase so that if user is writing in any case, lowercase, uppercase, doesn't matter. So dot to uppercase dot includes my name, that is s name. So s name also perform two uppercase for this. Basically, while comparing them, I'm just checking uppercase in both the cases. That's it. So return if superhero dot name dot to uppercase. So converting it to uppercase, because I might have my data in lowercase, but what if the user writes like this, Superman, in uppercase? In any case, he can write it in any case. Just to avoid that, whatever he is writing and whatever I have, I'm converting both of them to uppercase. So return that element if superhero dot name dot to uppercase includes my s name dot to uppercase. That's it. Does matchup and equal to same or different thing? It's same. When I say matchup, that means if it matches. If it matches. Now it can be anything. Equality match, pattern match. It can be anything. That's it. So wherever the name matches, it will return all those elements and this new array will be generated for it. Let's see what are we getting in this new array. So console.log is filtered array. Why we use include and not equal to? I'll tell you now. That's a very good question. See now. I don't want to do equality operation because I'm not letting user write complete Superman. Even if he writes SUP, I still want to give him Superman. And SUP is not equal to Superman, right? So we are doing something like this. See, Superman dot includes S. See, it's true. Superman dot includes SUP, true. Superman dot includes N. N is there. So sorry. Superman dot includes Z. See, false. So even if the user writes S or SUP or SUPER, I still want to give him the result. Because in equality, S is not equal to Superman. It's false. Is that clear? That's why includes. Just check if that word is in there. I don't want the complete equality. Just check if that S is in Superman. If that SUP is in Superman. That's it. I don't want you to check for actual equality because that will always be false. Then the user has to write the whole thing, and that's the problem. I don't want the user to write the whole thing. You just write SUP, and I'll check if that thing is matching any of my names. Is it cleared? That's why I'm just checking return if superhero.name includes anything that I'm writing in S name. And now let's see what are we getting here. So I suppose if I write S, see I get two data, Superman and Star Lord, because both of them have S, right? If I write SU, then I only get one, that is Superman. If I cancel U, I again get two, Superman and Star Lord. If I write R, see that everyone? R is there everything, Superman, Thor. If I write T, see I only get two, Thor and Star Lord, because they have T. Understood, guys? And now our job is to just display this new array. Now, guys, do we have any function in which we can just pass an array and it will display everything for me? We have it, right, everyone? We have created a function called as create rows. And if I just give an array to that, it will display everything for me. That's why I created a function separately. I'll just give you an array and display it for me. No, it will not come under, no, Dev, no. Because per is not in super, right? It checks the continuation also. And per is a spelling mistake, so we don't want to display anything to the user as well. Right, Dev? So continuation is very important. S per is not included in super. Okay, so that's exactly the reason why I created a create rows function. Yes, the order matters and includes. Yes, yes, Dev. Is it cleared, guys? So now I can just go ahead and I can just say call create rows and pass this filtered array in that and just display this. That's all. Let's save it and let's see, guys. So now let's go and write T. See, Thor and Star Lord. But the problem is the old data is not going away. Only the new data is displayed. That's problem. So to tell the old data to go back, what we have to do is we have to clear this t body. And to do that, just tell your create rows function that every time you start generating rows, the first thing that you should do is clear the t body. So dot inner HTML equals to blank. Just clear the t body. That's all. So I have this t body which is having ID of data. So I fetch it document dot get element by ID data dot inner HTML equals to blank. Just clean it up. Every time you generate rows, first clean the old thing and then generate the new thing. That's it. Now every time this create rows is called, first the old thing will be cleared and then the new rows will be generated. And now see the magic. E. See that? Thor and Star Lord. Cut it. S. Superman and Star Lord. SUP. Perfect. Perfect name searching. TH. And now you can add as many superheroes as you want because it's a for each. You don't have to go ahead and change conditions or increment or decrement, nothing. Just add as many superheroes as you want now. You can add 5. Captain America. I think I've already added it. No, right? So 105. Okay. Add one more. Like let's say Thanos, even though he's not a superhero, but let's add him for now. Maybe 800 years or so. Planet Titan. Group. I don't know what was the group of Thanos called. Was there any name? I don't know. Just some group. Just some group. That's it. Now I can have something like this. I just go right T. See, I get Thor, Star Lord, Captain America, Thanos. All of them have T. H, Thor, and Thanos. Cut it. Here we go. So very simple filter system is done. And now I have done it for name. You can do it for planet. You can do it for group. Just in the exact same way. So guys, are we cleared? Everyone, tell me that first. All set, all cleared. Chitori, no, Chitori was one army he hired, right? He was not his group. It was not his group. He just hired Chitori. Chitori is an army available in space, so you can just pay them something and then they work for you, right? Spider-Man, yeah, let's add him. Let's add him. And I forgot to change the ID here, so sorry for that. Oh, Spider-Man is also here. Once again, test it. Here we go. T, all the T people. S, Superman, Star-Lord, Thanos, Spider-Man. All of them have S, right? So, Spider, here we go. I, R, Iron Man. Yep, that's how it is working. Perfectly fine. Okay, everyone. Now, I would just like to take this time to do one more thing, guys. Okay, that is, now today was the last day of this free essentials program. And this was just some basics that we covered. And you saw, right, how many cool things are available, but I had to teach you it in very less time. But if you want to learn it from scratch and more about it and from very basics till creating projects, you can go ahead on LetsUpgrade.in and you can check out our programs, guys. You can just go ahead and check out our programs like this full stack web development program. You can go ahead and you can check it out. What do we have in there, right? What do we make? Everything, all the curriculum. Let's see, everything that we have is mentioned here. So if you ever want, if you are interested, and you saw, right, in 3 days we have covered so many things. So if you're interested, if you guys want to learn more, you can go ahead and also check out our full stack programs, and you can enroll for them. You can fill the registration form for that so that we can contact you. So only if you're interested, you can also do that thing as well. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, so in our full stack program we have around it's our 6 months course where we start from very scratch like HTML and CSS till the very end where we finish up with high level frameworks and deployment of things with 15 plus projects, live sessions every day, and also one-on-one mentoring session every week. Okay, so by the end of the course, you'll become a complete full stack developer that is ready to create anything. So if you guys are interested, just go on this site, okay, on LetsUpgrade.in. In our programs, just check the full stack web development program and just fill the registration form and see what you can achieve. Okay, so yep, guys, I hope to see you in the courses in future, because today is the last day. We are done with it, and we have created some very small things. If you want to create bigger things like a complete filter system, Instagram project, how Netflix works, if you want to learn all of that, how streaming works, how security works, you can join our full stack web development course, where I'll be teaching you all this stuff everyday life. Okay, guys, so if you're interested, you can just go ahead and check that out. Okay, and okay, there's one question. We are just searching by name. What if you want to search by age, planet, and group? Then you have to create some fields for that as well. And with the same technique, you can just create few more functions. So I created a function for search name only. You can create few more fields: search by planet, search by group. You can do that. Is that cleared, everyone? Aniket is asking, sir, fees. You can just go check it out there. Just go on letsupgrade.in in the program and check it out there. It's very feasible. It's very reasonable as compared to everyone on right now on internet or offline anywhere. I think we are maybe the lowest and the best. So just, I'm not proclaiming it, just telling you. Okay, so if you guys want, you guys can go ahead and check them out. Okay, cool. No result found. For that, you have to just create a simple condition, right? If there is no data in the array, then just print no result found. That's I'm leaving up to you. So this code will be shared to all the people who have registered for the course. This code will be emailed to you. So I'll share this with my moderator, and she will share it to everyone. Okay, so guys, please register for the course, and you can see the link going on, FSYT link. Just go ahead and register yourself there as well. Okay, is that clear, guys? Please keep reading the chat. We are providing you the link, guys. Just go there and fill up the form, and we'll contact you for everything. Okay, guys, everyone, that's it. Today was the last day, and we don't have enough time now to create anything else because we have already used our 1 hour and 30 minutes. So now, guys, one more thing. From Monday, I'm starting my new Node.js essentials as well. So I hope all of you guys will be there as well, because we're going to learn how to create APIs using JavaScript there. So if you guys are interested, from Monday exactly at 6:30 p.m., you can join my next essential, that is Node.js Zero to Hero, where I'm going to be teaching you how to create APIs using Node.js from scratch. So I really hope to see you guys there, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed these 3-day essentials. I really hope that you guys found some valuable things here, and you'll be interested in joining full stack as well. Otherwise, you can just keep enjoying all the essentials. From Monday, I'm also starting with Node.js essentials. So go ahead and watch it. I'll be hoping to see all of you there. Okay, yes, Mayur, you can ask. Definitely you can ask. Okay, that's great, that's great. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. That's it for today. Thank you so much, everyone. I really hope you guys enjoyed the 3 days. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the whole session. Please let me know in the chat, guys, and I'll see all of you in the course or in the next essential that is starting from Monday, where we'll be learning how to create APIs. And don't worry, I'll explain there what exactly is an API. Don't worry about that. For that, do we need to create different input fields, or can we use, you can use same input field as well. There's a technique. You can also create different input fields. Depends on the preference. Depends on the preference. Okay, so you can also create one input field where a user can put anything and search. That's also one way of doing it. You can also create separate input fields to let the user understand it very well. So it's up to you. बहुत मजा आया. Thank you so much. मुझे भी बहुत मजा आया आप लोगों को सिखाने में, कुछ नया बनाने में. और it's a task, right? So yep, that's really cool. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope to see you in my course or in my next essential that is starting from Monday. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy it, play, and do the project. I'll see all of you in the course or in the next essential. Bye bye, guys. See you soon. Bye bye, everyone.